What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel JoJo Speaks. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Today I am doing a review on the finale of Powebook 2 Ghost Season 4. This is episode 10, the series finale. This was interesting, to say the least. I don't know that I'm necessarily that happy with this particular episode, or rather the last half of this season. I felt like the first half of the season was excellent. They got a lot of things out of the way in the first 5 episodes, but the last 5 episodes, at least for me, were lagging a little bit. But anyways, we start out the episode with the Tejada kids. They're all talking to the cops. They're saying, did you see who shot Monet? This, and that, whatever the case might be. And so they've got to get a plan together. We also have Agent Carter, who's being held hostage by Tariq, Braden, and Effie. And so they're trying to get something on Carter after they find out that Monet has been killed, and so it's very interesting to me, the way that things are going here. And throughout the entire episode, I'm thinking constantly, why is Agent Carter not dead? You guys pointed guns at Agent Carter time and time and time and time and time again, time and time and time and time again. And by the end of the episode, he's still alive. Granted, he is in prison, so I'm assuming that somehow we all know how it goes with cops in jail. They typically do not last long, and they typically do not do very well in prison. However, if I had it my way, Rashad Tate would have been taking out Agent Carter, but that's neither here nor there. But anyways, once they find out that Monet is dead, the Tejada kids are really trying to get to Norma, and they get to Norma by using her daughter. They use her daughter Anya. Now Anya eventually finds out that her mother is a drug dealer. They eventually find out, or she eventually is told by her mother that she took out her father, that Norma took out Anya's father. And so that's very interesting to me. And so what they end up doing is Tariq, Braden, Diana, Effie, and Kane, they all make this plan, and Braden rather. They all make this plan to get Anya, to lure Norma out into the open so that they can take out Norma. So Tariq is able to somewhat rescue Anya, because she doesn't know that Tariq is working with Kane, Diana, and Drew. By the way, I love Drew, and I'm so happy that he made it out alive. I'm so happy that he made it out alive. But anyways, and so when Tariq drives Anya to this hiding spot that Norma has, excuse me, at that moment when she got out of the car, I feel like I knew that Anya was gonna go. I just had that feeling. I was watching with my mother, and typically I would say things out loud, but I don't know why I kept it in this time. But I knew that Anya was gonna go, and so it's Diana that actually ends up taking out Anya on the steps of this random house, this random hideaway place that Norma has tucked away. And so I thought it was very interesting that ended up happening, and then the rest of them are able to get away. And this whole thing with Carter, that is concerned. This whole thing with Carter, Tariq is able to find out that Carter's the one that took out Rashad Tate's brother, and they're able to get the bullet. And the reason why they're able to get the bullet is because they're able to get one of Agent Carter's people, his right hand man, to be able to get him the bullet. And what they do is they corner Agent Carter, and they're trying to make a deal with him. Once again, I'm wondering, why are they trying to make all these deals with Carter and not just take him out? They were able to delete the video of Tariq and Braden taking out Zion. So there's that. That's all buttoned up. And so, if you take out Carter, ain't no way that that's going to be able to be leaked to the public. That made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And so when they're quartering Carter, saying that, you know what I'm saying, we can still make a deal, and he says that he's going to put all the killings that he's done on his watch with his gun. He's going to put it on his partner, his right hand man. Once again, I've forgotten his name, and I just watched the episode. My memory is not that good. But anyways, and so then Carter's right-hand man comes out of the shadows pointing a gun at him, because Carter said that he would put everything on his right-hand man is now feeling some type of way. Very, very interesting. And so at the end of the day, it turns out to be Tariq, Braden and Effie that arrest Agent Carter. That's again very, 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 very interesting. And so Kane has the down low on Norma's whereabouts and the fact that she's going to a hangar to be able to leave to leave the states, to go back to Africa where she's originally from. And it turns out when Kane, Drew, and Diana are at this hangar, the police start rolling up, and Norma is with the police. I'm like, where did this come from? How did this happen? And apparently Norma has turned on the Tejadas to be able to give herself some leverage. So I guess so that she can have an upper hand on the Tejadas. But that doesn't work out the way that Norma wants it to, because Kane ends up taking out Norma, and that is the way that I wanted her to go out. I wanted it to either be Diana or Kane to take Norma out. And I also have to say, it was very interesting seeing Diana in the game. It's very interesting that in this season she's actually a part of the drug game, and she's actually taking people out. She's actually shooting a gun, and I feel like it took them way too long for her to be doing all of this, but I guess better late than never. But Kane ends up taking out Norma, straight up shot to the head. Kane does get hit by a bullet, and he ends up in Effie's room. Well, it seems like somewhere where Effie has been staying, and she's going to use the money that she was going to use to go out to California to allow Kane to just get away and try to set up shop somewhere else and be able to do his own thing. And so I thought that was okay. One thing I have to say, I do not like Kane giving Effie this forehead kiss. For those of you guys who have seen The Best Man, we all know about the forehead kiss. It seems like it's a disguise of love when it doesn't seem necessarily to be love, to be honest. So I don't like the fact that Kane keeps kissing Effie on the forehead. Why don't you just kiss her on the lips? You already like her. And I'm surprised they didn't say that they loved each other, but I guess gangsters don't do that. So it is what it is. But anyways, so Kane is able to get away. Drew and Diana have this conversation about where they're going to go from here. Drew says that he's going to actually end up going out to Paris. He's done with the game, which I'm so glad once again that Drew was able to make it out alive. Not exactly sure what Diana's going to end up doing. The last scene that we saw her in, she was standing at the table, at the head of the table where Monet would typically sit, and she's reminiscing about their old times and the way that they were able to do things and have dinner together and just be a family. So it is sad to me, to be honest, that Monet is gone. And the main reason why I say that is because Monet was actually getting better. And it seems like that's the way that things typically go in these types of crime dramas, is that, when someone seems to be turning the corner, it seems like, they're not going to be here too much longer. But anyways, so Tariq ends up getting this plan to be able to stay in the game. He's going to get Tasha out of WITSEC, and he's going to be able to do this by joining up with Norma's brother to have him be Tariq's connect. Which, once again, why would Norma's brother end up being Tariq's connect if he knows that Tariq is, I guess he must not know that Tariq is involved with the Tejadas. I'm assuming that's the only reason why he would agree to work with Tariq. Now, Tariq has this conversation with Braden, letting him know, you only got one chance to F this thing up. If you F this thing up, we are done. And Tariq has to make that particular decision because he's a businessman and he cannot let Braden and his drug use screw things up for everyone. So we'll see what happens with this being the series finale. Now there was a scene at the end of the show where Tariq was on the phone with someone. I was looking on YouTube, and it seems like some people on YouTube are alleging that he was possibly talking to Tommy. I'm not exactly sure if that could be the case because they never told us who he was talking to. They never showed us on the actual show who he was talking to. So, excuse me. So there's no telling exactly what happened with that. But excuse me, all in all, I'm not sure how I feel about the end of this particular series. Once again, I'm so glad that Drew, Diana, Kane, Effie, Braden, Tariq are still alive. I'm so glad that none of them ended up dying in this particular series. I'm so glad that Davis was able to get his license back. We were able to see as Alexander Rogers would say, the strumpet that Sachs was screwing, that prosecutor, as well as Blanca, aka Closed Mouth Chunky Heel, according to Alexander Rogers. Shout out to Alexander Rogers. They were able to get Davis's license back. So Davis is working, and he's also working with Tariq to be able to clean Tariq's money. So all's well that ends well for Tariq. I'm assuming that we will see Tariq in some form or fashion later on, in some other show that's in the Power universe. But overall, I can't say that I was necessarily happy with this particular series finale. But they didn't leave too many loose ends untied. Again, the only loose end that I see is Carter. But we all know what happens to to police officers when they go to jail. So. Anyways, that is my review for Power Book 2 Ghost, the series finale. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it wasn't too quick. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts. What were your thoughts on this series finale? Was it pleasing to you? Did you like everything that happened? Do you agree with all the decisions that were made concerning the writing? Let me know down in the comments. Love you guys for watching. Peace out, y'all.